Well, looks like I'm live, folks. Hello there, fellow palm nuts and exotic plant freaks. Let's hopefully this live stream lasts and we don't cut out. It is currently 1:23 p.m. Pacific time, 21 degrees Celsius. You can figure that out in Fahrenheit with 52% humidity. Yesterday morning, we had rain. It was early yesterday morning. So that was just awesome for the gardens. And then the night before, we had some rain too. And we don't have to water the garden for a couple of days, which is great. So yesterday morning it rained, and then the sun came out, and that's when it got really muggy. And I did post something on one of my Facebook groups, is like really muggy out, gross. And I know there's a lot of people that live in very humid areas. I don't know how you guys can get used to that. And really, the humidity probably wasn't nearly as bad as some other places, but still, it wasn't that good. I mean, you feel kind of tacky, right? The clothes feel tacky, and it's kind of energy draining. That's what I find. But anyway, I'm sure the garden loves it. The plants have perked up. We got a few stressed out palms here from the drought, Trachycarpus palms. Those are the ones that we transplanted here. One of them a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, not even 2.5 years ago, and then another one in the spring. And I just couldn't give them enough water, so they're looking pretty sad. And has over 10 feet of trunk, and the other one has, I guess, 6 feet of trunk, something like that. So hopefully in the wintertime, when we get the rains, they will perk up again. So what we have here is a couple little eucalyptus trees. These are some of my seed grown. These are Gunnii. And I was in town today. I went for a motorcycle ride. I like to go down to Beachside Cafe and have a small cup of Java, dark roast. And I went into the flower shop because I had to go. Well, it's a flower vitamin shop, believe it or not. They sell vitamins as well. So I had to go get some vitamins. And the lady in there says she asked me if I had any eucalyptus trees for sale. And I says, I might have a few in the greenhouse left. So she wants to buy these from me. So these are just cider gum. And I've taken the seed from our own trees. It's funny. I also got to wait till a branch breaks off because they're so high up. I can't really reach anything with the silky pole, extended pole saw. So if an older branch breaks off, generally there's some seed on it, and I collect that seed. So this is Gunnii, which is cider gum. If you're living in a cold climate and you want to grow eucalyptus trees, pick the most cold hardiest tree, and you probably won't have a problem if you're anywhere above zone 8. Down below zone 8, you'd have to be in the deep south, probably in order to grow a eucalyptus tree, or maybe on the southern Atlantic coast. But anywhere in Canada below zone 8A, I don't think even the hardiest ones will grow. Provenance makes a difference. It's where the seed's collected. And you're going to look for Eucalyptus debusavilli, E. parvula, E. archeri, and E. perniana. E. perniana is a spinning gum. Parvula is a small leaf gum. And archeri is alpine cider gum. And this one is a cider gum. And there's also Niphophila, which is also a snow gum. Those are high elevation trees, and it can get pretty cold up there in the mountains. So that's what you want to look for. Don't get any eucalyptus trees from down at sea level in Australia or anything at lower elevation, because those are the ones that are going to get whacked by frost, right? And I've even lost eucalyptus trees here in the bad winter of December 2008. I had 2 big shining gum eucalyptus trees from poor provenance seed, and they froze out and died, and they had pretty big trunks on them, but that's okay. One of them was actually 2 of them were in a bad spot. One of them was too close to the house. It froze, so I ended up chainsawing it down. And the other one was growing up under the power lines, and every year I'd have to get under that thing twice a year and clip it back, so I was actually very happy it froze. Can burlap and Christmas lights work? I'm going to say no, because even in, there goes my connection. Man, that's annoying. Let's see if there's my connection. I lost my connection. Sorry, Jason. Guys in Montreal are in zone 5, and they actually box them in and use thermocube with the heater in them, right? So I don't think so. You could experiment with one if you don't mind losing a palm tree and put it to the test, and then write about your results and maybe do a YouTube video on it. But you'd have to put a lot of layers of burlap on that baby. I mean, you'd have to give it probably 4 zones worth of protection, right? So zone 4 is pretty cold in the wintertime. I'm going to say no. And I'm a pretty optimistic person. I've been growing windmill palms for a long time, so I know the cold threshold on those babies, right? And I've seen them get heavily damaged and pretty much killed in Zone 8A out in the Fraser Valley in a bad winter. So in Zone 4, no, I would box it in. Mike Page, good friend of mine, the late Mike Page, Coconut Mike of Montreal, grew lots of windmill palms, and he would box them. And he was in Montreal, and that is Zone 5, I believe. I think Toronto's Zone 6, and there's no way burlap's going to work with a Trachycarpus palm in Zone 6. You better to stick with Rapidophyllum hystrix and Sable minor. Definitely grow a windmill palm, but build a little prefab shelter for it. Bernard, I think that's his name, in New Brunswick, is growing one of my palms that I sent him. It could have been seed or a seedling I sent him about 15 years ago. And you should see the size of this Trachycarpus wagnerianus this guy is growing in New Brunswick, outside in his garden. It's kind of like in this alcove or sheltered kind of half courtyard close to the building, which is fine. And I'm pretty sure that's probably Zone 5 where he is. But he does have a protection plan for it. And I believe he boxes it in and uses heat for it. And he probably squeezes up the fronds. And it looks absolutely beautiful. He just recently posted a picture of it in one of my Facebook groups, People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. So if you're on Facebook, join the group and check out that photo. And last year, he posted a pic of it too. So it was kind of an update. And it's doing really well, very impressive. Nice to see people in colder climates growing palms, but anything below 8A in Canada, they are definitely going to need major protection. How do you build a box around a windmill palm? You know what? Go to YouTube, Growing Palm Trees in Ontario, or search for palm trees in Montreal, or how to protect a windmill palm in a cold climate. They do build a palm tree around it. But the problem is windmill palms will eventually outgrow that. I can tell you that because there's palm trees on our coast that are 30 feet